Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my ongoing series of showing you my monthly purchases. Now, this is going to be fully a vinyl purchase, though I definitely bought a CD in the month of March, which all of these are going to be March purchases. Uh, but the CD was all the way down in my car, and it was like 10 o'clock when I decided to consider making this video. It's like 12:20 in the morning now, and I'm like, I'm not going down to get that CD, but I have other videos that I want to get out, but I wanted to go ahead and put this one into my catalog. So you're only getting vinyl, but the good news is, if this is good news, the album that I received on CD is one that I also have on vinyl that I picked up. So never fear. Obviously, this series does not cover um, VCLT, gifts, in other words, that I've received from people. Um, I got a really nice group of CDs from my buddy Ernie, the Trailer Park Pimp, and then I also received two Michael Nesmith records from Robert S. from Raw Obscure Music. So those were separate videos by themselves, so they will not be in this video. But some really cool stuff here, a couple of really good bargains, and then some other newbies. But let me start here with I'll start with this because I've already kind of talked about this, so I won't go too in depth. I've really been getting into this jangle pop group called Chime School. They are out of San Francisco, California. They've released two records. This is the 45 that was put out in 2022, I think. Something like that. Two songs, Coming to Your Town and Love You More. If you like early Cure, REM, that jingle jangle pop goodness, that's so great. That makes a lot of us just want to get up and play guitar. You'll want to check out Chime School. So this is their 45. I also picked up their self-titled debut, Chime School, which I listened to again today. It's so good on this really, really pretty magenta vinyl here, though it's not coming across here in the wee hour light. And then I picked up The Boy Who Ran the Paisley Hotel. I always want to say sold. This is their most recent album, came out just last year on a cool light blue vinyl. But if you love jangle pop, uh, 60s birds, that kind of stuff, check out Chime School. Very happy to have their discography. I'm gonna thank my buddy uh, Richard. Richard S. I believe was the one who showed this over at Richard's Vinyl Tap House. He picked up the Mudcrutch album, which is the first album by Tom Petty's band. Before he was with the Heartbreakers, but they didn't record a full album until 2008, which is this record, their debut. This was on Amazon for like, just a few bucks. It was not much at all. Double record, has a mix of covers and uh, originals. They do a version of Shady Grove, but there's also good stuff on here like Orphan of the Storm, which was a response to Hurricane Katrina. Scare Easy. House of Stone is a really cool little country tune. The Wrong Thing to Do. They also do Lover of the Bayou by Roger McGuinn from the Byrds. So I guess technically it was a Bird song. But Mudcrutch, glad to have this finally on vinyl. Know that I'm a Tom Petty completist. Picked this up as well. This is this first of the Red Clay Strays records. This is called Moment of Truth. I was looking for this for a while. It would constantly go in and out of stock on Amazon. Kind of a cool translucent. You can kind of see my hand back there. Ooh. Kind of a outlaw country group with hints of gospel music. They are very open about their faith, but also hard times that have come up. But very happy to have this. This is from 2020. Does it say on here? 4. So yeah, or this is, was it 2024? Yeah, I think it was earlier than that. I think this is 2024, but it's the reissue. That's why it says that. Anyway, Moment of Truth. If you like Chris Stapleton kind of raspy vocals, check out Red Clay Strays' Moment of Truth. All right, next I'm going to show some new releases. I'm going to start with the album that I also purchased on CD, but don't have the CD with me. That is The Melancholy Season by Benmont Tench. Obviously, the longtime original keyboardist, piano player for Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. This is his second record, his first in 11 years. He's been teasing this album for a long time, and I think it was recorded over several years, but released on Dark Horse Records. That is George Harrison's label that he created, on a cool kind of blue vinyl with that classic Dark Horse label there. I love that record label. I think I'm still going to do a review on this. It's just really, it's something that I've wanted to dig into more before I put anything out there willy-nilly. So, if you like, kind of, if you want one of those late night, early morning kind of records that's not going to scare anybody off, but it also is pretty deep and has a lot of introspective lyrics, check out The Melancholy Season by Benmont Tench. And like I said, I have it on CD too. So if I put it back here, it kind of is, it's smaller, so it looks more like a CD. I don't know. That was stupid. You're welcome. I picked this up. It's my first record that I've got in the series, but I love this album so much, and that is Venus and Mars by Paul McCartney and Wings. This is the half-speed master, done by, who does it say who it was done by? It should on the back, right? Is it Miles Showell? Yep, Miles Showell. I'm smart when I need to be. But Venus and Mars, it was the follow-up to Band on the Run, by McCartney and Wings. This has, the great opening 1-2 punch of Venus and Mars into Rock Show. You Gave Me the Answer is on here, which is a great kind of ragtime song. A lot of people don't like it. I love it. Magneto and Titanium Man, which is kind of a superhero-y kind of sci-fi song. Listen to What the Man Said is on here, which is, a big hit. Medicine Jar is kind of cool. Spirits of Ancient Egypt is usually the one that people kind of like mock. It's kind of strange, but cool that it came in the original cardboard looking sleeve there. I really like that, but it sounds great. I have listened to all these records, and that one sounds really good. Next, this is a new album, the newest by kind of a trio, punk Americana trio, The Devil Makes Three. This is their album Spirits, released on New West Records. It was their first album in like 8 years or something like that. But yeah, it's, classic bluegrass type instruments, so stand-up bass, banjo, guitar, but it's it's kind of a punky, style. If you are somebody that's kind of afraid of bluegrass, you think it sounds twangy. I'm not calling this bluegrass. It's not, but this might be a good starting point for those of you that like a little bit harder edge music, but are kind of interested maybe about what acoustic kind of records sound like. If you like punkish kind of music, check out The Devil Makes Three. Really, any of their records might suit your fancy. This one deals with a lot of heavy subjects, including drug abuse, that sort of thing. But yeah, really enjoyed this. Devil Makes Three, Spirits. I picked this up. This is the first of the two Rhino Reserve records that came out late or early this year. This is Alan Toussaint, Southern Nights. Beautiful record here. My buddy Tommy from Tommy's Musical Adventures texted me and a few other friends and said, you've got to get this. And so I took his word for it and picked it up. From my understanding, and I am not an audiophile, I am not an expert in Rhino at all. This is kind of a more affordable version of their high fidelity series. You don't have those, super fancy cardboard gatefolds that the high fidelities come in. You're getting the same quality. These are hard to find records, first presses anyway. Just a regular cardboard, you know, sleeve there. You do get a cool hype sticker. It's embossed. But yeah, Allen Toussaint, Southern Nights, and that is the same Southern Nights that Glenn Campbell made famous, although they sound absolutely nothing alike. So very, very different. And then lastly, this was the deal of the possibly the year. I am part of a couple of groups on social media that show record sales on online retailing sites, Amazon, that kind of thing. And I've been wanting this set for a while. I was going to get it on CD, but then I saw like, oh, the CDs are only like less than $20, less than the vinyl. So I thought, why not get the vinyl? Because it's going to be in my collection forever, and I wanted it big time anyway. So I ended up spending essentially less than $10 a record for this set, which is 2, 4, 6, 8 records, and then a couple of Blu-rays. That is American Idiot, Green Day, the 20th anniversary edition. This is one of those bands that people are oftentimes surprised to know that I like a lot. Green Day, obviously, Mike Dirnt, Trey Cool, and Billy Joe Armstrong. This is their, magnum opus for a lot of people. This is, the rock opera that they wrote in 2004 in response to the war on terror that was happening, the Iraq War in 2004 in the Middle East, 2003, the Bush administration. It was a very political record, and it got a lot of feedback from the media at the time, as political records do. But it's really stood the test of time. It's been on Broadway. It's had all sorts of new fans in the last 20 years, and they just went on tour last year and were playing this in its entirety. So with this, you get the I think it's a new remix of American Idiot, the whole record, LP 1 and 2. 3 and 4, you have the B-sides and the bonus tracks, which you have a few songs that come from the VH1 storytelling show, Storytellers, in 2005. LPs 5 and 6, you have the demos of the tracks. 7 and 8, you have Live at Irving Plaza, which includes includes songs like Minority and We Are the Champions by Queen. And then you have disc 1 of a Blu-ray, which is called Heart Like a Hand Grenade. Disc 2, 20 Years of American Idiot, BBC Live. I have yet to watch those, but I will. And this is numbered, for what that's worth. That is number 7,688. Yeah, again, just a cool deal box. And I won't take everything out at all, but it did come with like this Green Day flag that you're supposed to hang up, and then an American Idiot tie, because this is what record collectors love, there with the little grenade. And then it came with a really nice booklet, and then all of the vinyl records, which I won't get out because it's about what you would expect it to look like. It's nothing too exciting. I'm sure that there are unboxing videos from last year when it came out, but this video already went way longer than I wanted it to. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if anything here surprised you. Let me know what you picked up in March. I'd love to talk to you all in the comments. And as a teaser for those of you that are sticking around here at the end, I do have a very exciting interview that I'm hoping to post either late Wednesday or early Thursday, with a really, really great Americana artist. And just had a great conversation with him earlier today. He has a new record coming out Friday. We talked about that, talked about some other things in his life. About 22-minute conversation that I really hope you watch and share and support. So that's all I've got to say. In the meantime, y'all be good, take care, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye now.